Stress is the elephant in the room in pain management. And by the elephant in the room, I mean it's just the big obvious thing. If you feel pain, then it's stressful. The trouble is, if you feel pain, if you're in pain for a long time, then you're often stressed for a long time. So a lot of people talk about the impacts of pain on life, but the impacts of stress on life over an extended period of time can be devastating. And in our work, we do a lot to help people to understand the impact of stress on them, how it shows. Often people don't realise they're stressed because they're so used to it, they just think it's normal. They think it's normal perhaps always to grit your teeth. They think it's normal to be crabbit all the time. But often these are perhaps signs of stress. Now, whilst it might be that there isn't a cure for your condition, I don't know that, but if there might not be a cure for your condition, stress will always make it worse. And there's always stuff we can do about stress. I've mentioned earlier about looking at relaxation, but the other thing about stress is just being aware of it and being aware of how you wear it. Being aware of stress is a crucial part of managing it. And I often like to think about 4 P's involved in stress. So we need to look at P, practical. What can you do practically to change the situation that's threatening you? Perception, another P. That means how can we look at how we're thinking about that situation, because sometimes how we're thinking about something might actually create the threat, perhaps sometimes unnecessarily. Like for instance, when we're talking about other people, sometimes we might think somebody means something very personally when they're just saying hello. For instance, how are you? If you're stressed, might be felt as being, they want me to talk about my whole health, whereas for most people it's just another way of saying hello. So that's P, practical, P, perception, P, parasympathetic, which is a posh word of saying feel peaceful. Parasympathetic basically means do things that relax your body and help to turn off this kind of caveman turbo that you get when you get stressed. So that means basically do things that take your attention away from the thing that's threatening you, do things to relax, slow your breathing down. And then the other P is for PE. It basically means do something physical. Now, with pain that's tricky, but by physical I mean, for instance, go for a walk. Now I appreciate that might not be easy for everybody, but there's usually something physical that most people can do. There are other P's that you could probably think about. Another one's posture. When you're stressed, your posture changes. That's another thing to look at. And the other one's palate, which is often when you're stressed, you grit your teeth. So if you open your mouth slightly, it's often harder to be stressed.